I bumped into an Associated Press story about Ben Quayle, son of former Vice President Dan Quayle, running for Congress in Arizona. I'll show you it in a second so you can look it up for yourself. However, I want to first point out, if you do a quick search, you'll find no shortage of references to the son of Quayle. So what's up with the son of Quayle? According to the AP, he blogged on a website now called thedirty.com. The site's owner claims Quayle, who's running on the typical family values conservative platform, blogged using the alias Brock Landers, where he said, among other things, quote-unquote, "My moral compass is so broken I can barely find the parking lot." To sum this up, Quayle admits to blogging on the site, but not after it changed format. The site's owner claims otherwise. To fog up the room, Quayle told the AP he can't recall what he posted and when he posted. The Quayleisms don't end there. He sent out a comical mailer where he had a picture of him and 2 kids, where he claimed he wanted to raise his family in Arizona. There's only one problem. The kids aren't his, leading to accusations that he's quote-unquote renting kids. If you want the total cynical view of Quayle, Red State digs up all sorts of dirt on the man. My point here is there's all sorts of crap on this political loser. Naturally, I was curious how Fox News would cover him. Oh, I forgot to mention that he ran a TV ad claiming Barack Obama is the worst president ever. Now you have enough information to know what Fox News will lead with in covering the son of Quayle.
All right, you have a provocative new political ad, and it's taking aim at President Obama, I would say, head on. Watch.
Barack Obama is the worst president in history. And my generation will inherit a weakened country. Drug cartels in Mexico, tax cartels in D.C. What's happened to America? I love Arizona. I was raised right. Somebody has to go to Washington and knock the hell out of the place. My name's Ben Quayle, and I approve this message.
Wow. You might pay attention to that.
Well, Ben Quayle, now known for a lot more than just being the son of former Vice President Dan Quayle. The Republican candidate for Congress out in Arizona is making national headlines for his new political ad calling President Obama the worst president in U.S. history. Last night, right here on Fox News, Quayle defending the comment.
I believe that what he is doing right now is going to have very detrimental effects on future generations, and especially my generation, that he's destroying the American dream right now. So that's why I made this ad.
Don't let me leave the impression that Fox News doesn't address some of the son of Quayle's shortcomings. For example, while quote-unquote fair and balanced Megyn Kelly doesn't raise the question, she does deal with it when an analyst brings it up.
Tom, you know, when he elaborated on his comments in that interview, he seemed to be suggesting that he's attributing the comment to fundamental change, the way in which he views President Obama as fundamentally changing America at this moment with his policies. That seems to be his beef, although he didn't elaborate that much. Your views on it?
Well, this is as big of a political stunt as I've ever seen from a candidate. I mean, he's in a 7-way primary in 2 weeks, and he's trying desperately to get attention. And, you know, just to give you an idea, he's involved in a scandal this week where he was accused of blogging for a sex website under the pseudonym of a porn star. He started his press conference to deny it by saying, "I am not Brock Landers." He's just desperate to win, and he's throwing anything he can to motivate Republican voters.
He spoke to that last night and said that that was a political smear job by his opponents. I'll let the viewers decide. I don't know where the truth is on that. But Terry...
Well, if he's not tough enough to stand up to that smear, he's not going to win the race this fall.
Well, I don't know whether he's tough enough or not.
This is a smear going on inside a Republican primary.
Okay, but the question
then he
is,
should
Tom,
ask his Republican opponent.
But the question is, Tom, whether, okay, let's say it is a political stunt to get attention or to distract from something else. You know, I guess you disagree with the claim because you're a Democrat, so I'm going to assume you like President Obama and don't think he's the worst president ever.
Fox and Friends at least asked the question about the blog post just to let the son of Quayle get his denial out one more time. His gaffe about his family, well, that's ignored. Let your imagination run wild to ponder if this stuff applied to a Democrat. Do you think this is the way Fox News would cover the story?
Just real quick, as Dad would tell you, when you go into the fray, you also become a target. People have looked into your background, and they want to know your role in the website, thedirty.com or Dirty Scottsdale. Was that a gossip site? Is that something in your background?
This website that is spreading these smears about me right now is despicable and offensive.
Is it
I
true?
have not had any association with that website. This is a smear campaign that is being pushed by one of my opponents who has direct ties with the person who runs this website.
So the allegations were that you were blogging under a pseudonym, Brock Landers, for this Dirty Scottsdale website where you would evaluate different kinds of clubs. And you're saying that originally you said you had no affiliation, not involved at all. Then you said that you were trying to drive some traffic. Is that what you said?
My story has been consistent from day one. This website and the person who is perpetrating these smears have not had any affiliation with this website. The comments that I made it earlier were about a blog that doesn't even exist anymore. So this is a smear campaign that's being perpetrated by my opponent.
Dan Quayle was the worst vice president in history. He thought that Murphy Brown caused the LA riots. He thought that you could breathe on Mars and didn't know that he was living in the 20th century. And intelligence is a hereditary trait. That's why I want whatever job Ben Quayle had before he decided to run for Congress. I don't know what it was, but I know I'll be better at it than that schmuck. I love America, and I was raised right. By which I mean neither of my parents ever forgot how to spell potato. It's time for somebody to go beat the hell out of whoever gave little Skippy Silverspoon a job in the first place.
Paid for by Andy Cobb for Ben Quayle's old job. He has no marketable skills, but at least he's not Ben Quayle.